Hey everybody, quick little commentary here. A number of you have asked questions since I put up this little video of this 1970 21 fret Rickenbacker 4001. So let's tell you the story of the bass. This bass was found in Toronto, Canada in 1985 underneath the front porch of a house. When it was acquired, the finish was gone. So if you can picture this being this old, a 70, this would have had the bleeding binding, where you see some of these early ones where the binding basically bled into the finish and it had like a stain that went around all the spots. It had it. When it was found, the case was destroyed. The finish was destroyed. This thing was covered in mold and it didn't have all of its stuff on it. It was in the case. There were pieces that were shot. So the pick guard has been redone. This is to spec, not beveled edges, but to spec for the bolt holes and all that jazz. The back pickup is original. The front pickup is close to original. It's a long pole or a short pole. I have to go back in there and look, but it came from another bass. This is the correct bridge. This is the original bridge. It is in fact a stereo bass. The Rico sound does work. And as you can see, it's kind of what it is. So with no finish on it, it had also, it was a mess. It got refretted in 1985. And then it was left untouched, not played, not even assembled, just had brand new frets. All of the finish was gone. So for those of you asking about why it looks so good to be 55, 6 years old, it's actually 56 right now because it's January 1970. The reason why it looks so nice is because it was redone in its correct maple glow. Okay, so this finish is not the original because it was moldy and eaten alive by the mold. It's gone. So yes, it has been redone in maple, just like it's supposed to be. Okay, a couple of other things to be aware of. The truss rod cover is in fact original. This is the original one for the bass. These tuners, as you can see, are not Grovers. These tuners are in fact the nickel cloisons that came on later basses. Okay, so in my previous little snippet, I explained that I had some work to do on it. Yes, I do. I have to finish putting the screws back in because these are held in currently by 2 each. I'll put the others in. I have to drill pilot holes very carefully. Also, the walnut strips on here were shot, so they were replaced. So this thing has had a massive renewal because it was dead. It's like, this is why I said this is the Phoenix rising, okay? Because it literally was brought back from nothing. This is a brand new Rick nut, okay, which still has to be cut down because I haven't done it yet. But to give you an idea of what I mean, the action's a little bit tall, okay? For those of you who are familiar with these old Ricks, you will also remember the concept called forward neck pitch. If you don't know what that means, here's the explanation. When they put these things together, when they tooled them together, they forward pitched the neck so that it actually was angled like this through the body. So you cannot get the action flat. You should note, as you'll see here, the bridge piece is pretty low. I think I can get it down a little further, the tail piece that is, or the bridge. The tail piece actually is pretty close. So if I go any lower, it might be scraping in here. Okay, so we're going to work on that. Somebody, when this thing was still alive before it was laid to rest underneath the porch of the house, put a badass one on it because there is a route under there for a badass one. And as many of you know, that was basically a super common mod because what everybody wanted to have the action slam down to the frets. And when they have forward neck pitch, you're not going to get that. So this is one of those. So as amazing as this thing is, being a 1.5-ish year only bass with the 21st fret, it still struggles with some of the standard challenges that just about every Rick bass made up to, what, 80 something when they did the 4003 to begin with, you know, before they figured out the geometry. Now, I could find old ones that didn't have forward neck pitch. Few and far between. Considering how many of these I've had, not many. Not many at all. Most of them had the tilt, and that's why people changed the bridge or countersunk the bridge because of the badass one. Real simple. So it still has some things to do. This thing still, it sounds amazing. And I haven't even fully dialed it in yet. I haven't even put strap buttons back on it because those were routed out also. So I'm going to dial those up and we'll re-drill the holes appropriately. I hope this helps. A number of you have asked because this is such a strange duck. I figure you might as well know the story. With that said, enjoy yourselves. If it's warm out where you are, take advantage of it. Also, love one another because it's who we are and what we're supposed to do. See you soon.